As most of you know, well, maybe not, some of you know, John Gardiner and I co-hosted a radio talk show every Sunday, live 11 to 1 at KXL1 Laguna, a division of 93.5. That is Laguna's only FM radio. Spoken word, spoken song featured a diverse group of guests, including poets, musicians, songwriters, and authors of novels and children's books. And some of you are in the audience now. I know quite a few of you are. As well as you. And Steve, and Carrie, and Mike, and Carrie. Anyway, the show focused on the deepest meanings of language in poems and songs primarily, with our interest revolving around language that resonates, language that is heightened. Sean always talked about, a little short. John read from great wordsmiths like Neruda, Walt Whitman, and Shakespeare, as well as Woody Guthrie, Pete Seeger, Bob Dylan, and other greats. We went into some others too, but we kept going back to Dylan because he was the best. Occasionally he'd read one of his own, and if you guys listened to the show, he usually used a pen name. It was never by John Gardiner or anything near John Gardiner. He would make up some funny name and read this poem, this amazing poem that he actually wrote. He'd also sneak in some of his many personalities, such as Woody Woodpecker and Professor Pomegranate, and many others. I'm sure we could name 1,000 other personalities that John Gardiner had. As if his own wasn't enough, right? Wasn't just a John Gardiner enough? John also co-hosted some of my TV talk shows in Hollywood, where the focus is more broadly on creativity and the arts. Actually, quite a few shows he hosted. We did some poetry. Actually, Carrie, you were on that show at T-Radio B. And he joined me in some burlesque, which he really liked that a lot. Ellen Mabee. He co-hosted with me and Robbie Fitzsimmons in Hollywood. In August 2014, John read a poem on our radio show that I wrote called Serenade. This poem served as lyrics for a collaboration with musical composition by Remco Ogendorn of Amsterdam, and I'm going to read that for you now. This is Serenade. We are but stardust in a field of thorns, gently lighting on the sharpness, our wings half torn. We gasp at the marvel surrounding each day and hide under carpets of moss and decay. We're tattered and wasted, but still hum a song of the coming to senses, awakening at dawn. Rise up to the beauty of color and sound. Rise up to the language of love all around. Rise up to the beauty of form and of shade. Rise up to the melody of the bird's serenade. The masses they sleep, dazed looks on their mask. Hearts black from misuse, heads held down at their task. Consuming for nothing, true gifts stay unseen. As they gasp and they grovel, their spirit too lean. Chasing tales of greed, trading lovely for dead, in an unrestful sleep, corrupt and misled. Rise up to the beauty of color and sound. Rise up to the language of love all around. Rise up to the beauty of form and of shade. Rise up to the melody of the bird's serenade. They stumble and fall while we dance and rejoice. We climb our own tree and sing our true voice. We paint the destiny from the dreams that we live, and we jump from great heights and brilliance we give. The flashes of color, the singing of song, the flow of the dresses as we all dance along. We rise up to the beauty of color and sound. We rise up to the language of love all around. We rise up to the beauty of form and of shade. We rise up to the melody of the bird's serenade. That, of course, is for all us creatives that make the best out of everything. I'd like to read one poem by John Gardiner. I remember him writing this. It's called River of a Woman. Sometimes trails of loneliness lead to switchbacks where the snowpack is long gone and the lichens dry as jawbone, baking in ultraviolet sun. Heaps of scree fill your boots with volcanic sand, and the blasted isolation's more stifling than the Kalahari under a murderous flame. All these hot, dry years with no river of woman to slake your thirst. All these lonesome nights staring at the goddess and the moon, waiting for the last dance.